KB Production, LLC. We do weddings, anniversaries, parties, music, videos. Any event that you have, call KBPRODUCTION.BIZ. KB Production, LLC. All right, y'all, let's try this again. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, just give it to me, yeah. Let's break this thing down, yeah. We wanna pump this groove, yeah. We wanna make it funky. Yes, we do, yeah. We did everything talking about the Lord. Yes, we did, yeah. That's right, that's why we coming hard, yeah. This time, yeah. And we throwing it to the world, letting it all go, yeah. Cause I done seen a lot of things. I've seen so many things. Oh, yeah. Things you would never thought you would see in your lifetime. Yeah. I done seen the game. I done seen the game change, yeah. That's right. Yeah, the game done change. Yeah, it'll change so fast. It'll blow your mind, yeah. That's right. If you think you know it, watch and see. You will be the one standing back talking about, I've been God. Yeah, I've been God. That's right, yeah. Now, I'ma move, yeah. I'ma move down to this lifetime. Yes, I am, Lord. I'ma do what you want me to. Yeah, I can't help myself. I'm feeling your energy, yeah. Just plug on in. Give it to me, Lord. Give it to me right now. Gonna take it to the brain, yeah. Gonna let it be known, yeah. I speak nothing but the truth. That's right, that's where I'm coming from. Everybody wanna be in this game, yeah. Everybody wanna put their signs up, yeah. Talking about what they claiming, knowing doggone well it's not in their heart, yeah. Yeah, got to pull it out your mind, yeah. Cause what's from the heart, yeah, that's the only thing that reach the heart. When it come from the heart, oh yeah. Yes it do, yeah. That's right, when I'm pumping this beat, yeah. I'ma throw this to the world, yeah.
That's our future.
I'ma give you
that's
something.
Right, that's our future. Yes, right.
Something to chew on, yeah.
You know how I feel about these kids, right, Lord. You know that these kids is my, hey, that's our future. Yeah, I'ma bust this groove with the kids, yeah. I'ma let it be known, yeah, that I love the kids, yeah. If you don't like the fact, yeah, that I am my brother's keeper, all I want you to do is just start weeping and getting away, yeah. Cause I'm not gonna let you touch the kids. That's right, yeah. It's all about being you. You be you, I'ma be me. We gonna raise these kids, we gonna do what we gonna do. That's right, because they my future. Yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, that's where I'm coming from with this thing. That's how I feel about it, that's what's all on my brain. I can't let nothing, everything stop me from being the same game. Yeah, cause I know the game that I'm running. I know I'm running a God-given game. That's right, cause he gave it to me, Lord. He know what he gave. That's right, I'ma keep on going. Cause I know, Lord, that you said
life is no accident. Everything happens for a reason. So we got to learn to start listening, because sometimes we're called to do something and we don't go do it because we're distracted by the things of this world. That's why you got to discipline this flesh. You got to discipline what you see, smell, taste, hear, and feel. Those ain't nothing but sensations. That's all it is. You got to discipline that. Once you can discipline that, you walking in spirit and mind. That's how you get to the Father. And I'm telling you, that's real talk. You know, people miss their calling of things because they're so busy trying to do other things and not really listening to the Spirit. When you listen to the Spirit will guide you to places that you're supposed to be. And what happens over there where you was getting ready to go, anything could have happened. So this is what you know we got to draw.
Well, you gotta have faith, you know, like the word said, you know, Hebrew 11:5-6 said you got to have faith. You know, Enos gave his testimony. I got to show you that Enos gave his testimony in Hebrew 11:5-6. Hebrew 11:5-6. Enoch gave a testimony.
Did he? And it's about being faithful, huh?
Yeah, Enoch said by faith, Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death and was not found, because God has taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony, that he pleased God. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And when he's talking about diligently, somebody that's constantly looking at him, looking for him, and looking for him. You can't stop looking for him. You got to read the word. You got to keep on listening, looking for him. And, you know, you got to be on your job, because if you don't be on your job, the devil's going to do some robbing, you know, so.
Know thyself psychologically explains, it was researched 15 years before it was ever wrote on. To my study theology, philosophy, the Bible, everything.
15 years.
15 years. And if I try to go and write on it, I tried it one time, and I was like in the 15th year. And I found myself saying, I think, and I said, yeah, it ain't that time. And I went back into studying.
Right.
By the time I got through with the studying, what I had seen is what I wrote about. God had showed me the whole self. I'm talking about mentally, physically, and spiritually. He had showed me how you got the brain, the mind, and the spirit.
Okay.
He showed me that the spirit, that the brain, he wanted me to get an understanding of the brain, which is, that's three entities that we're talking about. The brain, the mind, the spirit. That's three entities.
Okay.
But when you look at it, brain, mind, and spirit, and then it's conscious, subconscious, and superconscious, then it's going to break down even more of that when I get to the whole midst of this. He showed me that what went in correlation with the word of God when he created man in the likeness of his image, and he blew through the nostrils, nose, he became a living soul, which is the spirit. You can have a body just laying there with a mind, but without a spirit, that's the motor.
Oh my goodness, you just broke it down right there.
That's the motive.
The spirit is what gets you up and gets you going.
Right. That's the whole motive. So right off the top, you're supposed to be thanking the Lord. When you get up, when you wake up, you're supposed to be thanking him then, because you can see, smell, taste, hear, and feel. And that's part of the physical self again.
So, what you're saying is, these kids, they walking around dead. They
don't know
the spirit
right
in them to be productive.
They haven't been taught. They haven't been taught. The people that they're around, they picking up the bad habits.
Or the bad spirit.
Bad spirits as well, because, you know, the Bible says you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for life. So if you teach a person about themselves, I'm telling you what it showed me. Right. It showed me that the brain is a great mass of tissue, nerve tissue.
Okay.
What nerve tissues do? They interpret what they see, smell, taste, feel, and hear. Those 5 physical senses, which I call the old man.
Okay.
See, the Bible says you got to kill the old man.
Okay.
And bring in the new man, which is the renewing of the mind.
Right.
So the only way you're going to renew your mind is you got to know what you're dealing with. For one, we already know we're fighting some wickedness in the high places.
Oh, yes.
The Bible tells us that.
Oh, yes.
And another thing, we know that once we find out what we're dealing with that the Bible said this is a sinful flesh. So if this is a sinful flesh, then that means that what makes it sinful is what we see, smell, taste, hear, and feel, because it can deceive you like it's been doing and influence you. And if you haven't got that discipline, how could you walk in spirit and mind? When you're talking about walking in spirit and mind got 6 extra sense of perception. What it perceived, once it perceived it, it start thinking about it. When it start thinking about it, then it start imagining what is it. The emotions kick in and say, could this be good or bad? Have our memory kick in and say, have I ever done this before? And 9 times out of 10, you haven't. Your will gonna kick in and say, I think I tried. I think I tried. That's your 6 senses. The 6 senses are supposed to be the ones that's really doing the ruling over the physical. That's why they say when Jesus came, Jesus said, in order to get to the Father, you got to go through the Son. Now let's look at what the Son is. The Son came down in the flesh.
Right. Okay.
He wasn't operating with his sensational senses. He seen what was going on. He heard what was going on, but he wasn't caught up in the materialistic world. He was being guided by the spirit, the mind. His mind was being guided by the spirit, and as his mind was being guided by the spirit, he was guiding the flesh.
But he was guiding them the correct way.
Right. Okay. They say he come not to condemn the world.
Yeah.
He come to save them and love them. That's what he come to do. You know, so when you look at those senses and understand those senses.
Who calling you this time of the night?
Oh, it's probably somebody just wants something. I don't know. They always calling for help. They know real. They trying to help folk.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you'll get that after we get done.
Get it later on.
You get it later on.
But,
that's probably my sister. She said she was going to call you to ask you for about $50. Yep, that was her.
I'm glad I didn't answer.
I thought I was going to tell you, so don't tell her I told.
I sure will.
Well, you see the number, don't answer.
I sure will. But you understand what I'm going with these.
Yeah.
These. You got to understand how you construct it in order to know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with 5 physical senses. That's everything that look good ain't good. Everything sound good ain't good. Everything smell good ain't good. Everything taste good ain't good. Everything feel good ain't good. Those 5 physical senses, that's the old man. So in order to kill the old man, that means you got to discipline the 5 physical senses.
And that means disciplining yourself.
Your physical flesh, yes.
Physical flesh.
Once you discipline yourself, then you walking in spirit and mind. Remember now they taught in school that matter is something that occupies space.
Right.
So if you let it mind, it matters. That matter stays up there, and sooner or later, that's why the Bible says cast down imagination, because sooner or later it's going to come to manifestation.
Yeah.
So now you got another level of life that you got to deal with after you understand how you function as a human being. You're supposed to be guided strictly by the Spirit. Spirit is supposed to be, this is the order in which it's supposed to go in. The Spirit is guiding the mental state, and the 6 senses is guiding the 5 senses, which is the physical state.
Okay.
As long as you keep the physical state, what you see, smell, taste, hear, and feel, once you keep all that intact and discipline, it's easy for you to stay focused and do what you got to do. But now you got another part of life that a lot of people don't trip off of, and that's the 4 power structures, how the world is constructed. The world is constructed of 4 power structures. Economics, means of managing money and resources. Political structure, legislates, meaning that they make rules, regulations, policies, procedures, and laws and bylaws. Then you got your social structure, which is society that you live in. Then you got your economic policies, social, and your religious structure. Your religious structure is what you walk by and what you believe in. And those are the 4 power structures, and once you understand what they do, and you apply with that 3, that 4 with that 3, that's 7, God created heaven and earth, and he rested on the 7th day. So it still ties in.
Right.
You know,
Right.
when you break the mind, the conscious, subconscious, superconscious is still the symbolic sign of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit.
Right. Hold up 7 again, Reverend. Knock 'em out.
3 and 4. 4 power structures and 3 entities,
Okay.
which symbolically applies.
Okay.
See, even in the pyramid, when they taught pyramid in school, they had this synthesis. And if you really look at the synthesis that's at the top of this pyramid, the synthesis is the same thing as the all-seeing eye, because it puts together the elements to make a whole. So what you may be assuming, okay, she got to be on that rock. She over there messing with them over there that's on. She going to a dope house. Those are the elements you put together to make the whole. You know, so that synthesis is the same thing as perceiving.
Okay.
Because you're perceiving all of this. That's your mental senses working. You're perceiving all this stuff. Now, when you receive the data, what do you do with it? You think about it.
Yeah, you gotta process it.
Yeah, so now you dissecting it now. You got to think about it. That's when your thought, you can use 2 senses already, mental senses already. Now you got to imagine about it. That's 3 right there. You imagine, what is this? What this smell like? I smelled that before. Your memory kicking in.
Right.
Your emotions saying, yeah, I remember that smell before. You know.
Right.
And your wheel say, oh no, we ain't gonna wheel that way.
Right.
You know, and it's just that simple. As long as you keep that discipline, those 5 physical senses discipline, let that mental and that spiritual guide that mental and rule over that flesh. That all you be.
So that's how you do it, Reverend. Knock 'em out, because that sounds hard.
Yeah, you know, it's just knowing the system.
Once you know the system,
Mm-hmm.
you know that system, that particular system, and how you can apply it. You know, and then that entity, when you really start getting out into the word, you really start seeing the entities, those three entities, and there's always going to be a scripture compared to whatever situation it is. You know, so that's why I say, when he gave it to me just like that, that's why I say, if you teach a man how he functions, he can probably reach his greatest potential.
Mm.
I really believe that.
Mm.
He can reach his greatest potential if he know all of them functions that I just explained about the self. If he know how to use them functions.
Right.
KB Production LLC. We do weddings, anniversaries, parties, music, videos. Any event that you have, call KBPRODUCTION.BIZ. KB Production LLC.
Somebody might have been looking to, somebody might be looking to know themselves. Get to know yourself. Know what you can do.
Right.
Know your capabilities. Go for it. That's all you got to do.
So what do you think you need to know first about yourself?
Well, you need to know how you construct it. And that was that whole self I just gave. You need to know how you are constructed, period. It's just like building a house. You got to know the structure.
Oh, okay.
Once you know the structure, then it's up to you to apply.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah. These kids are lost. I don't even know.
Yeah, they lost, but
I mean, they can be helped. We all can be helped.
Yeah, that's true. But it's the communication. Some people don't know how to communicate with them youngsters.
Well, rather knock them out. I see you communicating all the time when you be fussing at them kids out front.
I don't have no problem out of it.
I know.
I mean, we talk, and when I get through with them, I be even preach the word to them. You know, so I just give them some Bible. And I give them the life along with it.
Well, I'm not too versed in the Bible, but I do. If I catch one, I do give him life.
Yeah, you got
I do talk to him
speak
about
that life in
what he doing, and he could be doing so much more.
Right.
But like you said, there's spirit in them. If they ain't got that spirit in them, they ain't hearing you. They.
The Bible said we'll perish for the lack of knowledge.
And it seems like that's happening more and more now.
Because if a lot of them had wisdom comes from the highest plane of spirit life. If some of them had enough wisdom, and you know what's wisdom?
To pull up their pants.
You know what wisdom's best friend is?
What is it?
Common sense. Common sense. So if you got enough common sense to know that you know better.
Well, everybody ain't got common sense, Reverend.
They got it, but they just don't know how to use it. Some got it, they just don't know how to use it. They have to be taught how to use it.
Reverend, I love you because you don't judge me. You know I just got that new job at the kitty cat factory down there.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm dancing now, but I ain't planning on dancing there for long because I can't be there on Sunday and dance on Saturday nights.
Yeah, well, you better let the Lord work in you. You better let the Lord work in you. Gonna dance for the Lord.
Dance for the Lord. I think I'm going to do that.
Dance before the Lord.
Yes, because my knees getting bad. I can't drop it like it's hot no more, Reverend.
Whatever you was given to, whatever talent you was given, give it back to the one you got it from.
Now that is profound advice.
When I built that radio online,
Yes.
I don't play number gospel music. I gave it back to the one that gave me the knowledge to know how. And I try to keep video editing and filming the same way. Where I try to give it back in a positive way.
Oh, that's good, Reverend Nakama. That's how you get all them blessings.
Yeah, got to give it back. It don't belong to, what did Jesus say when they brought that corn to him? He said, we got to give Caesar back his money. He said, who's here? What's on? He said, Caesar's. He said, well, then give Caesar back his money.
Reverend Nakama, I'm finna quit right now. Hello? Yeah, this Rita. The dancer. Rita. You know this is girl, quit playing. I was calling to tell you I'm not going to be able to work there no more. Nah, I quit. I'm sorry I couldn't do that 2 weeks. Hello? They just hung up on me when I told them I quit, Reverend Nakama.
Yeah, they looking for some dances.
So they just gonna hang up?
Yeah, you know how unprofessionals is.
I thought they was my friends.
Yeah, that's what everybody out here think when they go out in the world. Think the world is their friend and come to find out it's not.
That girl was just using me.
That's all she was doing. Exactly. That's why we have to have God as our sufficiency. We have to have Him as our sufficiency.
You sure all right, Reverend Nakama, and I just never thought that this would happen like that.
Come to money, folks will turn on me.
I thought she was my friend, Reverend. We used to hang out and we used to drink and we used to go to clubs and then we go dance in clubs and...
Yeah, that was Satan operating. That was Satan taking you to the clubs.
Reverend Nakama.
That's what they do, they pretend. Put the masks on.
I'm so glad I came. I would have probably never saw this if I didn't come over here tonight. And I'd have been down at that club and then people been using me again.
Yeah.
Something always happens when I'm in your presence. You know that, Reverend?
Well, I just try to tell you what the Bible says.
Yeah, you do. You do. You maybe lose a lot of friends too. But
Bible says you lose a lot of friends. The Bible gonna tell you that you lose a lot of friends.
yeah.
So He warned you already when you got into the Word. Are you sure that's what you want is the Word, the truth? Because you're gonna lose a whole lot of friends.
Well, Reverend, it's everything you tell me is true.
That's the Word tell you. Coming to pass. Just coming to pass.
And you know what? I'm going home to read my Bible.
And that's well. That's just for sufficiency.
And I'm done with them clubs. I'm definitely done with this girl that just hung up on me and I thought she was my best friend.
Well, you got to kill the old man.
Kill her? Oh man, I ain't killing nobody, Rev. Knock him out.
You got to you got to renew the mind and let the old man go. Let the old man go. The old man is the 5 physical senses. Let the old man go.
Oh, Rev. Knock him out. I thought you was talking about my boyfriend. I thought you was talking about my boyfriend. I was like, now I gotta let my boyfriend go.
Just the old man. Let the old man go.
The old man go. Oh, okay.
Let that old man go.
Well, I'm a girl. Can I be an old woman? The old woman go?
We ain't gonna claim all that. You claiming a whole lot of things. They said power in the tongue. So watch what you say around me. Because I'm gonna make sure I ain't gonna be affected by it. Everybody got to understand the revelation when you read this.